Charles Purcell presents.
He was abusive to his players. He was abusive to his general managers.
Good morning. Got the Hesh Family Ministry, and we're finally posting now.
Best tasting, best looking.
There is something that kids experience here in Massachusetts at the ripe age of 10.
Alexa, when will World War III start?
I hate that I have to do this video.
This is one of the most interesting and controversial quarterbacks that you've never heard of.
It's official.
White European colonialism is what we're suffering from.
I'll tell you about one of the most unnecessary mob hits to have ever happened.
My opinion is that people should not be in jail for nonviolent drug crimes.
Sir?
Yeah, what?
I was wondering if I could use your phone.
My phone?
Yes.
In my house?
Yes, sir.
They're dying, and they're dying from this condition. And the condition they're dying from is being hated, being discriminated against.
And my question to you is, what specifically about medically transitioning do you think is so immoral?
This is the skyscraper that nearly destroyed the New York City skyline, dude.
My name is Montague William III. And what I will tell you may well sound absurd, but the less who believe it, the better for me.
You would never guess who is the real villain in Peter Pan. It is not Peter Pan or Captain Hook. It is someone you would never expect. According to a theory, the true villain and mastermind of Peter Pan is actually Tinker Bell.
What is required of us pertaining to balancing our lives? So here we are getting to the core of the message tonight.
I think you're referring to this right here. On January 28th, 1986, everybody was watching on TV, and they watched this devastating event take place where the Challenger exploded, and there were 7 astronauts on board.
The distribution of sexual attraction in men looks like it's more bimodal than it is in women.
Can you stop? I'm really tired of non-Indigenous peoples making commentaries about Indigenous Australia.
The Vatican has dominated Europe, and for 1,600 years, Europe has dominated the world.
How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years?
I should be back in school.
Why?
You have stolen my dreams with your empty words.
Well, what color is your brigade?
They're here. It's interdimensional. Every ancient religion told you. The Bible spells it out extremely clearly. We are dealing with a fallen, off-world species that is parasitic and is seeking to use us, because we're actually more advanced, we just don't know it, we're in embryonic phase, to build them their escape plan model.
Let's talk about this picture. Captured in 2008 by Daniel Young, this is one of the only pieces of evidence that this encounter actually happened.
The walk out of the fire, the first unveiling of the special powers the T-1000 had.
Hi, I noticed something really weird with the water that we purchased from Walmart.
Oh, right. Metal versus...
What's the matter? Has the cat got you too?
And in another case, I saw magpie, one of these birds known for how smart it is. There was a water bottle, and it was full. So the magpie goes over and sips out the water.
They haven't done a very good job about protecting public health, but they've done a very good job at using the quarantine to bring 5G into all of our communities.
If you want to eat some cereal, but also you want your protein in because you're trying to get muscles, watch.
I'll give you a scenario, right? One day I was in my building, right? I'm coming down. I was going to get lunch or something like that, right? I was a devil worshiper. I was the third ranked devil worshiper.
And figured out that you have to write your own song. You can't ask anybody.
It's where I play a clip from the White House press secretary, and you try to figure out what the she's talking about.
So Netflix just put up the new Pinocchio movie, and I was interested to see what they did. And as I was watching it, I noticed something a little too real for the movie that would go over a lot.
Don't want to critique it. They make fun of it and say, "Oh, look, these people say like they're like lizard people. They're going around and they're overtaking the human person and becoming lizard people."
I don't understand, how do you not believe in any conspiracy theories? I understand not all of them, not most of them, but you don't believe in any conspiracy theories? You just think the government's just batting 1,000 and telling us the whole truth?
Okay, so that's all right. So you going then? All right, I'm a little bit worried now. All right, okay, you ready to go or no?
It is.
Okay, thanks. Hello and welcome. All right, try again. Hello and welcome to On the Nose, our weekly discussion of issues in the news. We're coming to you live, as always, from the Thirsty Beaver, right here on Madison Street, down by the lake. And a warning to our listeners: we tell it like it is, and sometimes it gets real. Am I right, panel?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
I'm Tony, and I'm joined by our regulars. First up, there's Sarah the server. Hello, Sarah. Are you working hard or hardly working?
Good one, Tony.
And planted in his usual spot at the end of the bar, our resident expert in all things, it's Bruce. Hi, Bruce.
Bruce. Good to be here. Heck, at my age, it's good to be anywhere.
Good one, Bruce. Bruce, I heard you passed the bar. Is that true?
Are you kidding? I never passed a bar in my life.
Good one, Bruce.
And last but not least...
Hey, what am I, chopped liver?
Oh, Janice, chopped liver. How do you come up with this stuff? It's Janice, everybody.
Greetings and salutations.
All right, the gang's all here. Everybody have a drink. Sarah, grab us some peanuts, would you? Let's get right into the top story of the week. The president's big spending bill is stalled in Congress, and rather than compromise, both parties are digging in their heels. The Republicans and the Democrats.
Or, as I call them, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You got that right.
Said.
Right.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say both parties are to blame.
Call me crazy, but I think the role of Congress is to get things done for the American people.
You said a mouthful there.
Oh, yes. Did you just think of that? That's good. Awesome.
But that brings up the question that literally no one is asking. What do the American people want? Janice?
Well, Tony, the American people want what we all want. To be able to afford to put gas in the tank and food on the table and a good education for our children.
Oh,
I never thought of it
yes.
that way.
Oh. Bruce, I see you literally shaking your head. Are you having another tremor, or do you disagree with Janice?
Well, of course Janice is right, but what it's all about, and hear me out here, it's all about jobs. Americans want jobs. They want to work. Of course. They don't want handouts. Yes, indeed.
You hit the nail right on the head there.
Call me crazy, but there's a lot the government can do. You can call it a handout. I call it a hand up.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes,
oh,
yes,
that's a good
yes.
one. Well put, Sarah.
Yep,
well put.
Yep. All I know is my father worked 3 jobs and my mother cleaned houses. They sacrificed everything for me and my brothers. Hey, I'm just going to say it. I don't care what anybody thinks. Those are the real heroes.
Wow.
I agree.
I mean, just wow.
That's deep.
It's just not the same these days.
You said it.
Those were the days. That's what I always say. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
But now, it's not like it used to be.
Not like it used to be. If I ever have kids, I just want them to be happy. That's all I want for them. To be happy.
Wow, that is so right.
What else is there?
You know what the problem is? What is it?
What, Bruce?
What?
It's society.
Society.
That is so on the money. That is so on the money.
Well, sure, it is society, but we're still stuck with what I call a do-nothing Congress.
Yep, that's brilliant. A good one.
Ain't that the truth?
That's what I call him anyway, a do-nothing Congress. What can we do?
Well, I don't know if this sounds too radical, but I don't know. We could vote. Exactly.
Now there's a novel
right.
concept.
Vote the bums out.
Every last one of them.
That is so
You
right.
said it. Vote them out.
Call me crazy, but I think what we need in Congress is some new blood.
Sing it, sister.
I'll say, I can't follow that. Brilliantly put,
It looks
Sarah.
like Sarah gets the last word for this segment. Nobody's going to top that.
You are on fire tonight, Sarah.
Hey, what can I say? I call him like I see him.
And I know a cut line when I hear one.
You said it.
New blood. New blood. All right. Next topic.
Anyone need a refill?
No, thanks.
I'm good. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bruce, you drinking hard or hardly drinking?
Good one, Tony.
Okay, next topic. We like to cover all the bases here on the nose. And speaking of bases, the world of sports. I suppose we all watched the big game over the weekend?
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Game.
Oh, please. A bunch of muscle-bound testosterone cases chasing a little ball around.
Janice hates it when we talk sports, but seriously, what a game. Those players were amazing.
Yes, they were.
Amazing.
Whatever.
The players were amazing, but how about that coaching?
Great coaching.
You said it.
Ugh.
That's right. The players have to play, and the coaches have to coach.
There's some insight right there.
That's what I always say.
She does always say that.
Yeah, I've heard her say that.
It was a real team effort, literally. And it was a must-win, especially coming off that disappointing loss in the last game.
Oh, every game is the most important game of the year, of the century.
Lighten up, Janice.
Yeah, that was a tough loss in that last game. You know, you gotta have a short memory in sports, one game at a time. That's what I always say.
One game at a time.
Yep.
That's a good one, Bruce.
That could be like a bumper sticker.
Yep, one game at a time, right?
You're listening to On the Nose, live from the Thirsty Beaver. Hey, knock off the barred dice for a while. We're trying to do a show. Moving on now to the world of science. Science! Hey, have you guys heard about this? Scientists have discovered that black holes, you know, black holes, like in space, well, it turns out they have an extra dimension or something. I don't really get it. Janice?
Well, not to be too controversial here, but the bottom line for me is we have to trust the science.
I disagree. Scientists are all on the take. They'll say anything their corporate funders tell them to say.
Well, I read several articles on this black hole discovery thingy, and for me, it comes down to this. Who cares? We've got problems right here on planet Earth. Heard of global warming, anybody?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, global warming is a problem.
It really is a big problem.
There you go, trusting scientists again.
Bruce, you're a climate denier? I might be the only one brave enough to say this, but I think climate change is quite possibly the greatest threat we face today.
It literally is.
You are so brave.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
So brave.
News alert. I am not a scientist, and neither are you, Janice, and neither is Tony, and neither is Sarah, and neither is anybody else here in this whole dang bar.
I know I'm not a scientist.
Me neither.
Is anybody in here a scientist?
No,
well,
not me,
no,
not
I'm
me.
not a
I know
scientist.
I
Scientist.
looked
Not
science in
Not
high
me.
school.
See, we're not scientists, so we can't know anything.
He's got a point there.
He's got a point, all right, on his
I
head.
never thought about it that way before.
But what about future generations? What about the children? We have a responsibility.
My only responsibility is to me and my family. I do the best I can, work hard every day, and I don't make waves. There's nothing else I can do. Hey, Sarah, another beer here.
Yeah, okay, Bruce.
But to Janice's point, what about the future?
The future? You know what the future is?
What?
What?
Call me crazy, but I say the future is now.
Whoa.
I am blown away.
Did you just think of that?
You should, write that down.
I never thought about it that way before.
I know a cut line when I hear one, and that's literally all the time we have for now.
This is, without a doubt, the most important show we've ever done.
You know, it really is.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely. Literally the best.
We should do a podcast.
This is a podcast.
Thanks, panel. Thanks to everybody here at the Thirsty Beaver. Thank you for listening. See you next week right here on the Nose.
Another beer here.
Yeah, and they looked at
Guys, if you want to really show up for your partner in the...
Buckle up and get ready for some of the strangest anomalies photographed on the surface of Mars.
Not a single person who submitted a complaint in this latest round is a client of mine, although...
When you are fighting a narcissist in custody court, you can't just ignore them completely because they'll argue to the court that you are alienating them from the children.
The U.S. would definitely be a better place if everything was a bit more like California.
What was wrong with Arthur?
Okay, let me just tell you the backstory.
Okay.
This is crazy.
I need to hear what your thoughts are on the mysterious woman of room 2805. So.
Okay, while we've been on the topic of these two Australian Hollywood freaks, let's go back to Balenciaga for a second.
I trusted you and you cheated on me with this.
Excuse me?
You're probably wondering, why are you putting coffee all over your hand?
So, have you picked out a name yet?
This machine right here is one of...
This is a developmental system made by MC10.
More molecules of water in this bottle?
Come clean my minimalist homeschool cart with me.
Lucifer, what is your problem?
Just that, sir.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, sir.
How much of a...
By the way, all the glaciers are fresh water.
There's going to be a new technology that emerges that changes things as radically, if not more, than what the internet has done.
300. Another reason why I push myself even outside of business is because at one point I thought business was going to be the answer to all.
You understand that the way you talk, and I enjoy the way you talk.
It's fast.
But the way you talk is fast, and you go on these long tangents, and then you go to frogs being gay.
Listen, you want to know why I'm...
Have you seen the Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah, I've seen one of the arcs.
If Nikola Tesla applied to Tesla, would we even give him an interview?
I see how it is. Nominated for an Emmy, and now you're a thing.
Don't be a bitch right now. This is my day.
Yeah.
Cut! Catches a high snap.
And look at this sucker. Tonewood.
I didn't know about the basement having the diesel generators and stuff.
Gentle baby.
I'm gonna be confronting my boyfriend while his tent is so dark.
Understand this one thing, you're gonna realize why Balenciaga did what they did and why this app is called TikTok. And
there used to be a time when I was so nice.
Guarantee, whether you rock with your first...
This has to be one of the most chilling photos you're ever gonna see.
Watch how I save $800 in seconds. Literally.
This will make you never want to go into space.
I'm sitting at this bar, there's this white dude sitting like 2 stools away.
There's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Rishat Structure.
I walk in class, Miss Green, my teacher, she starts speaking to everybody.
Only a genius or a psychopath can...
On this Amazon trip I told you about, I'm like, cool.
Where are they now? One of the most...
Listen to the truth, Benjamin Watson.
In the 1240s, the Franciscan friar John de Plano Carpini travelled as a papal envoy to the Mongols.
If the nightingales...
Do you remember Clarissa Explains It All?
I said, you know, there's some evidence that I've done some good in the world.
In show business, it can be quite difficult to determine whether someone's acting or not.
What you're looking at here is an alleged handprint in Pennsylvanian sandstone.
Check out this new gadget I got.
What you wanted to do? Well, I had to run into town here. I got called into the school once again.
The greatest thing I'll ever do is be your mother.
If you want to stop wasting your life away, you need to know your intelligence type. This is
the scariest thing I saw. One night I was taking a dump. Number one, you just pee in the pool. If you have...
Where you go?
Hey, let her go.
The rich people cringe and say, don't tell them that, Rob.
Yes. Don't tell people what you know. Right. Keep them poor.
How's it look, Marge?
What would you do if your son was gay?
I would not disown my child if he was gay. Investing in yourself, especially learning from somebody who is already doing what you want to do, is not risky.
Crazy Facts About Celebrities, Episode 6.
Here's why mushrooms are a superfood you need to have.
What if someone told you that in your brain is an organ not bigger than a pea that holds the potential to release the most potent, joyous drugs and unleash your potential to be 100% present, at peace, and focused all the time?
But did you know in the sequel to Forrest Gump, there was a scene where you saw the towers go down?
They stopped us from meditating. They started us to praying.
Come along with me. Let me take you by the hand to a baby's wonderland. Close your eyes and see. Choose what you will be. You can be a pirate bold with a treasure chest of gold. Close your eyes and see. Dream the dream that's in your heart. Never let it end. Every dream will soon come true. All you do is pretend. Come along with me. You can join the merry band, marching into fairyland. Close your eyes and see. Close your eyes and see.
Certain events are so unbelievable, no one with sense would ever believe it actually happened.
Every human being on Earth had the same problem.
This oil that our families grew up cooking with called Crisco.
Make sure you show that now.
Hey, Steve.
Hi.
For the past 2 years since the birth of my daughter, I've been going without a bra.
'Tis the season to treat yourself. Here,
disturbing things caught on camera. While out on a walk, this young lady sees something that is very disturbing.
What's the real source of fatigue?
You can take the height of the Great Pyramid and multiply by 43,200 and you get the polar radius of the Earth.
Paranormal sightings that will definitely make your skin crawl. Someone recently sent me this video and
Only in Portland, y'all.
What are you doing to protect your homeland?
Actually, I really did, really enough. I talked to a Tai Chi expert and I asked
all the girls who have dated the hot guy.
Have you ever been cheated on?
You get to know about somebody if you held their hand.
I'm telling you, they just get freakier and freakier.
In the SEAL teams, I was a breacher.
Although I will do almost anything I can for a laugh.
Daddy, I'm going out now and I'll be home by dawn, okay?
If you look into the Tower of Babel incident that happened, it's recorded in the Bible, but the Bible copied it directly from where?
This is a large shimmering city, pulsating with rainbow hues of color. I do not know what's going to happen now, but I see no signs of weapons on those approaching.
You asked if I ate woolly mammoth before.
No, we gotta talk about this. This was brought up in Facebook the other day.
So what did you say? Come on, go ahead. Tell it to everybody what you just said to me.
I laughed so hard I blinked.
$40,000 in debt.
What's so cool about the lobster is that when a lobster wins, he flexes and gets bigger.
There is no cure for the common cold because the common cold is the cure.
If space has no air and fire needs air, how does the sun stay burning?
I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm not that good anymore at like navigating between the good and the bad times.
Will tell you that a collapse is coming. That will.
Their answer basically was, we can do whatever the hell we want.
I found something on the internet that most people have not seen.
Did you know that on the Beatles' Hey Jude, you can hear John Lennon shout "F-kin hell"?
How many things are in a dozen?
Weeds, chauffeur sheath, also.
I had this client who, when he was under hypnosis, was told by his higher consciousness that he needed to understand the energetics of a human.
Doesn't caffeine just make you feel like you're not tired?
You know all the scary things that have been happening at the Euphrates River? What's going on there? Okay.
Ramesses III.
In plain sight at the end of Ramses III.
If you work from home or like to travel, then you need this portable.
Would you?
It's me.
Who the is me?
It's Jermon.
Don't you think there's a reason these type of guys are popping up?
I thought my photo colors were accurate until I got this tool.
I was watching a documentary about the Unabomber.
All eyes.
What's up, fam?
A father offered $180 million to any man who could marry his daughter.
I saw this tweet. This was like months ago, this tweet.
Death and taxes are not the two things we have in common. It's actually.
Have a look at this, guys. In the
And what's so strange, he's been doing the same ritual. That's what I'm calling it, because he do the same thing and repeat the same thing.
You are now 7 years old?
Yep.
And I'm told that you want to have $3 million in the bank by the age of 9.
So they're just like irregular shapes, and that's what makes it imperfect, and they would normally toss this.
Now, the Bible predicts that in the last days there will be 2 witnesses that will...
Mubalik manggani nang nasakitan.
Scott asked me to come over for lunch today, and
Eminem sold his soul to the devil, and he explains exactly what he sacrificed all in his song, My Darling.
Basically, we're out of money.
Holy fucking
They cover it up with laughter.
Bob Saget, who raped and killed the girl in 1990.
Set down on the surface of the moon, the amount of propulsion that would have been required to do that.
I'm beautiful.
Hi, good morning.
You heard what he did with Thanksgiving?
It's not good, Ralph.
So a friend sent me this video a few days ago that you're about to see right now.
You see these statues right here, right?
I'll say, how old are you? And she goes, I'm 4.5, which is her older sister's 4.5.
You have little kids for 4 years.
This footage is from 1894, titled Sioux Ghost Dance. It features dancers in full war paint and war regalia.
People that were on Epstein Island.
These photos are from the Captain Robert Scott Antarctica Archives, 1912. All I have done is zoom in and crop them so we can see them better.
Illusion in our heads.
What's up? So, we're hiring.
Hello and welcome to What's That Name?
Now, here's a very curious question, okay, because there are whispers, and somebody's asked me this too. John the Baptist, was he in a scene?
Yeah, my grandmother's 95. She can't see out of her left eye. It just shut off.
I bought 3 of these for my house.
I was invited to go to an underground research facility in El Paso on the Mexican-American border.
Special guest stars, Sarah Kramer as Janice, Matt Kramer as Bruce, and Anja Anja Seeger as Sarah the server.
This episode of Charles Purcell Presents is available right now wherever you find your podcasts. Or go to the website charlespurcell.com for the full archive and all the other series in the podcast family. Follow, comment, and contact me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks to our flagship station, River West Radio, riverwestradio.com. Theme music composed and performed by Peter Donalds. From the New Arts and Media Studios in Milwaukee, I'm Charles Purcell.